If you're a professional photographer, you know better than anyone that the click of the shutter, that's just the beginning. The real work, so much of it, starts after the shoot is over. Today, we're going to dive into RawDrive, a platform that's built to be the complete operating system for your studio, taking care of pretty much everything that happens off-camera.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the big problem every photographer runs into. Then, we'll look at RawDrive's answer, the Studio OS. We'll see how it automates your work, peek under the hood at the tech that keeps it safe, and then wrap up by looking at how all this can genuinely transform your business. Let's just be real for a second. The job title, photographer, doesn't even begin to cover it, does it? You're not just an artist with a camera. Nope. You're also the CEO, the lead project manager, the head of marketing, and the accounting department all rolled into one. It's a serious juggling act.
I'm guessing this list looks painfully familiar. You're trying to keep up with new leads, manage your schedule, sort through what feels like a million photos, send out all the paperwork, and somehow find time to market yourself. Every single hour you spend on this stuff is an hour you're not spending behind the lens, doing what you actually love.
So what's the fix? Well, RawDrive is all about a huge shift in how you think about your business. Instead of trying to wrangle a dozen different apps and tools, what if you had one single unified system to run the entire show?
And that is the whole idea behind their Studio operating system. It's not just another gallery tool. Think of it as the central command center for everything. It's the engine that powers your business from that very first email all the way to the final beautiful delivery.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But how does a Studio OS actually work day to day? Well, it all comes down to automating the three main jobs of any photography business.
At the end of the day, you have to do three things: attract clients, manage all the business stuff, and then, of course, deliver your incredible work. RawDrive has built its entire platform around making these three stages as smooth as possible.
First up, getting those clients. It all begins with your online presence, your digital storefront. RawDrive lets you build a gorgeous professional portfolio right on your own domain. And that's key, because it means your brand is always front and center.
And you're not stuck with some cookie-cutter template either. Whether your style is super minimal and clean or bold and creative, there's a theme that's going to match your aesthetic perfectly. It makes sure that first impression is professional and totally you.
All right, so a potential client loves your work and reaches out. Now the management part kicks in. And this is where RawDrive brings all those different admin tasks that are usually scattered everywhere into one central, easy-to-manage dashboard.
I mean, just think about it. One single place to track all your client communications, to sync your calendar so you never double book, send out digital invites, and even process payments. It's all about taking the chaos of running the business and turning it into a smooth, automated machine. And finally, the delivery. This is your chance to really wow your client. And it's also where AI becomes your new best friend, tackling one of the most time-sucking parts of the job.
Oh man, the slide says it all. We've all been there, right? Staring at a screen for hours, maybe even days, just calling thousands of photos. With RawDrive, the AI does all that heavy lifting. It finds the duplicates, groups the similar shots, and even scores images on things like sharpness and focus, so you can find the absolute best photos in minutes, not days. It's a total game changer.
So we've seen what it can do, but let's talk about trust. How can you feel safe putting your entire business onto one platform? It's a totally fair question. So let's pop the hood and look at the tech that's designed to protect you and your clients. Okay, this sounds super technical, but stick with me. The platform uses something called a multi-tenancy architecture with a feature called row-level security. All that means for you is actually very simple and incredibly important. Your data is completely sealed off from everyone else. Your clients, your photos, your business info, it's all in your own private, fortified vault. No one else can see it, period.
And that security promise covers everything. We're talking SOC 2 compliance. That's an enterprise-level security standard. All your data is encrypted, everything gets backed up automatically every single day, and your work is delivered to clients on a global network to make sure it's always lightning fast, no matter where they are. And look, when a system runs your entire business, it has to work, all the time. The platform comes with a 99.9% uptime guarantee, so you can rest easy, knowing your portfolio, your galleries, and your booking system are always online and working for you.
So we've gone through the automation, we've seen the tech, but what's the bottom line? What does all of this really mean for you, the photographer? Well, it boils down to one simple, powerful idea: getting your time back.
But hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's what wedding photographer Priya Sharma had to say. She said the AI saves her hours of work every week. Her clients love the galleries, and it's been a game changer for her business. That's the real-world result. Less admin, happier clients, and a stronger business.
And that's not just a nice round number. By automating all those tasks, like culling and invoicing and follow-ups, photographers are saving, on average, over 10 hours a week. Think about that. That's more than a full workday back in your life every single week. So I guess that leaves us with one last big question. If you could get 10 hours back every single week, time you're currently losing to all that tedious admin, what would you do with it? Would you shoot more, learn a new skill, or maybe just spend more time on the things you love? That's the real possibility we're talking about here.